This is a disheartening story. A couple of different states have decided that they're going to bring back segregation. This time it's not based on race, it's based on sexual orientation. And this is no joke. They mean it, man. In Idaho, there's a bill proposed. Well, let me tell you exactly what it would do. Quote from Raw Story: "It would prevent the Bureau or boards from revoking the license of any professional who declined to provide or participate in providing any service that violates the person's sincerely held religious beliefs." Okay. Now, if you're not paying a lot of attention, that might sound like fairly benign. Well, I mean, of course, you don't want people to violate their deeply held personal religious beliefs. No. What it says is that different people who work for the government, and I'll show you the list in a second, can now deny service to gay people if they don't believe in, name it, gay marriage, gay relationships, etc. They just make their own personal decision to not serve you. Now, it's one thing if it's a small business, and we'll get back to that in the case of Kansas. It's another thing for the government to do this. So here are the people affected: doctors, nurses, pharmacists, attorneys, social workers, firefighters, police officers, real estate agents, and insurance providers. So if a firefighter comes to your house and notices that you're gay, you can say, "Oh, well, this would violate my personally held religious beliefs to help you, because I believe you're living in sin, and I think that God struck you down and sent this fire as a plague to you. So go ahead and burn in that house." And they would be okay. How outrageous is this proposal? You go to a doctor and you go to a hospital. It's a gay couple who was in a traffic accident. Doctor sees that it's a gay couple. He says, "Well, it would violate my religious beliefs to have these guys live in sin. Sorry, I'm going to kick them out and let them die in the street." That's fine. You keep your license. Now, the person who proposed this thinks that he's very reasonable. The Representative Lynn Luker. He says, "Well, look. As Raw Story explains, however, Luker noted emergency personnel couldn't refuse to treat someone, and it does not authorize the intentional infliction of emotional or physical injury." So then we're going to have to decide whether the firefighter did it on purpose or didn't do it on purpose. And he says, well, if you're emergency personnel, I don't know if firefighter fits into that, but if you're emergency medical personnel, like the guy in the ambulance, you're going to have to bring him to the hospital. Then we can throw him out of the hospital, right? And if it's your doctor I mean, again, it just implies that, one, not only government officials like police, right, but also to private citizens like doctors and nurses. If they see that you're gay, they can throw you out and say, "I'm not," whether it's a medical emergency or not, they can say, "I'm not going to treat you. I have deeply held religious beliefs against you." By the way, would this be okay if a Muslim had deeply held religious beliefs that Christians are infidels, and if they don't convert, then their lives shouldn't be saved? So if a Muslim doctor throws out a Christian patient, are you going to be fine with that? It's a deeply held religious belief, right? Now, of course, in reality, that isn't going to happen, okay? But once you tell them that, they go, "Oh my God, no, I meant deeply held Christian beliefs." Now, the other thing is, hey, in Idaho, is there an issue like this? Has anybody had this problem? Well, Representative Luker concedes, no, there hasn't been any such issue. But he says, quote, "This is preemptive." Oh, great, another preemptive strike. "The issue is coming, whether it's 10 years or 15 years or 2 years. In other words, there is no such issue, but I'd like to pass a preemptive bill anyway, just in case gay people make doctors heal them 15 years from now." Okay, now this is the least of the two bills that we're going to talk about. So that's bad, but at least he said, "Oh, well, if it's emergency personnel, I guess they're going to treat you. We'll see how that plays out," right? In Kansas, it's worse. The proposal that is, by the way, very likely to pass, got a Republican governor who's in favor of it, Republican legislature that's definitely in favor of it, has something worse. The new law will allow any individual, group, or private business to refuse to serve gay couples if it would be contrary to their sincerely held religious beliefs. Now, look, this is small business owners can kick people out of their restaurants if they didn't, like the issues that has come up a couple of times is a gay couple goes to get a wedding cake and the guy doesn't want to make him a wedding cake because he doesn't agree with it, or doesn't want to take pictures in a different state of their wedding, etc. Now, that's a rare situation where I'm somewhat sympathetic to that. I understand that you're a small business and you're being forced to take pictures of a gay wedding and you are not in favor of gay weddings. I understand that, right? So to me, this is the least objectionable. But as we discussed in a previous debate on the show, JR was right. JR said, well, it's going to spread. They're not going to just leave it at that. And of course, he's right about that. So let me show you how much more that they expanded it. First, they also explained that private employers can continue to fire gay employees on account of their sexuality. Now, that's a totally different thing. It's one thing to say, hey, you're going to have to take pictures of that gay wedding. It's another thing to say, oh, somebody's working for me? Oh, they're gay? Well, my religion says I'm supposed to hate them. You're fired. But that violates 18 different federal laws. No, you can't do that, right? But in Kansas, apparently now you can. The Idaho bill says that you're not allowed to do that. That's why Kansas is actually more extreme, okay? Now, they continue. Stores may deny gay couples goods and services because they are gay. Hotels can eject gay couples or deny them entry in the first place. Businesses that provide public accommodations, movie theaters, restaurants, can turn away gay couples at the door. So now this is a third expansion. It's not just your local store. Well, you're a big AMC movie theater chain, you're McDonald's, you can kick them out too. But wait a minute, then they can't go anywhere. Then you say, okay, well, the federal rules don't apply anymore. You're not a citizen like everybody else. Maybe, I mean, look, maybe we can do a gay water fountain for you or a gay pool for you, because we can kick you out of the public pools. We can kick you out of all the public restaurants, theaters, etc. I mean, this is full-blown segregation. We're going back to Jim Crow days, okay, but it's for gay Americans. It's sickening. It's getting worse. Watch. In addition to barring all anti-discrimination lawsuits against private employers, the new law permits government employees to deny service to gays in the name of religious liberty. So it's not just private businesses, it's now government employees. So now this goes back to what Idaho was doing, but worse. Let me give you the details. Any government employee is given explicit permission to discriminate against gay couples. Not just county clerks and DMV employees, but literally anyone who works for the state of Kansas. If a gay couple calls the police, an officer may refuse to help them if interacting with a gay couple violates his religious principles. State hospitals can turn away gay couples at the door and deny them treatment with impunity. Gay couples can be banned from public parks, public pools, anything that operates under the aegis of the Kansas state government. That's it. Segregation is back. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, when we couldn't get more right-wing in this country, we've gone back 60 years. And they're saying now we can kick you out of the public pools, we can kick you out of a public hospital, we can deny you treatment, we can deny you fire and police services. This is despicable, man. And then every once in a while somebody would turn around and go, what? What are gays so worried about, man? No, the gays are attacking us poor heterosexuals. Where's the law that allows me to kick heterosexuals out of a hospital? Where's the law that says I can kick them out of a movie theater or a restaurant because they disgust me? There is no such law, right? Because most of us are heterosexual. But it's easy to pick on a minority. Before, they got to pick on blacks. Now they can't do that anymore. God damn it, they need someone else to pick on, someone else to hate. And in this case, it's gay Americans.